Some leaders of southern Nigeria and the Middle Belt, under the auspices of the Nigeria Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, have warned the international community against giving loans to the Nigerian government, stating that Nigeria is now a country with questionable sovereignty. Notable members of the group are former military vice president of Nigeria, Commodore Ebitu Ukiwe, retired, former governor of Plateau State, Jonah Jank, renowned historian and Second Republic member of the Senate, Banji Akintoye, former President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Chief Nnaya Nwodo, respected Don, Professor Yusuf Turaki, and 124 others. In the statement, NINAS warned the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, United Nations, Africa Union, European Union, United States, French, Chinese, and British governments to cease giving loans to the Nigerian government, stressing that borrowing a disputed project loan can only be considered an act of negligence. The statement, signed by Otumba Shade Olukoya, Treasurer, Ilana Omo Odua, and Chairman, Steering Committee of NINAS, read: Again, we remind the international community that Nigeria is now a disputed project. This was articulated in our press conference of December 16, 2020, when we declared a constitutional force majeure. Subsequent activities as articulated at press conferences of 17 March 2021 and 17 April 2021 emphasized that Nigeria remains a disputed project. Knowing this and lending a disputed project can only be considered negligence. For the avoidance of doubt, the indigenous nations will not and cannot be expected to repay such loans or allow their assets to be used as collateral to offset the loans. NINAS is the multi-ethnic alliance of the indigenous people of the Middle Belt, parts of the former northern region, Ilanomo Dua, the former western region, and the lower Niger, former eastern and mid-western regions. Although each group works separately in their blocks, they come together as the Movement for New Nigeria Alliance. MNNN is the alliance of the three platforms, MBC, IOO, and LNLC, that are the keepers and custodians of the self-determination strategy. NINAS essentially is the alliance of the indigenous people of the Middle Belt, Odua, and Lower Niger blocks, seeking self-determination for ethnic nationality. In a nutshell, what they're trying to say is that World Bank and the rest should stop giving Nigeria government loans. They should stop giving them loan, because who is going to repay it? And you think all those ones will listen to you? You think those ones will not borrow them so that they will continue to sap from their resources for Nigeria, from Nigeria's resources? Okay. These international institutions approving our loan requests know what they are doing. Who approve such loans without the requisite requirements to assure repayments? Definitely they will give them. Middle belt leaders, you must pay back what governments borrowed. If it is shares individually, you must pay what our governments borrowed. You have started preparing how you will pay the debt, because you have no way to escape. World Bank, IMF, China, and others is their main target to process all Nigerian resources. I have signed up the petition several times online here, but I know what I know is that those countries borrowing should know whose signatories are there. Me and my family will not pay what we don't take. Nobody's coming to meet you now. They already have what they are going to use as collateral. So that one is a small thing. Nobody's coming to meet you to come and repay anything. They know how they settle it at that level. What is the meaning of this statement? We have numerous projects to be financed. They better stop disgracing the country. That is what someone is saying here. Of course, this one is from the north now. What do you expect him to do? This one, country or zoo for Nigeria cow. you import a government that cannot create jobs nor wealth directly or indirectly, but wants to keep borrowing to finance every project. Do you realize how borrowing affects the country? Hmm. Okay. Oh. Loans is what we will use in executing such projects, but man, take your time. Oh. Had it been that you have common sense to see harsh conditionalities attached to the loan by IMF, you will have to stop them from borrowing. So we will continue to borrow loan forever, Abi. Are you aware that one day we are still going to pay back those money? But at the end of the day, I don't think all of the things that they are spending money for, they are really getting it in the recent, so that we'll be able to pay back. Because if you're doing infrastructure, at the end of the day, nothing is coming out of it, because it is the loan that you have collected, or what you use the loan for is what you're supposed to be getting, what you're going to be using it to pay. But reverse is the case. We reverse is the case. Like now, we learned that the whether the Kaduna Abuja train line shut down or broke down. It has been breaking down for a while. Are they making money to that effect? Are they making money? Even if they are making money, how are we sure that the money is entering the right pockets, the right source? No. So it is really really um confusing. Honestly, it's really really confusing. You do something and it's not generating money. It's not generating money. That is not really a good business. Please so tell Mr. Buhari that Niger Delta militants are back, oh, and they promise to destroy pipelines. And because Nigeria permanent secession, you know what that means. Like the way they did in 2016, no more oil money to pay back our loan. They will start selling us like slaves to China and the rest you borrow money from. Since Northerners claim to be born to rule, their poor mentality in leadership has led Nigeria into mess. APC government will borrow and loot at the same time. Is it not the same thing PDP do? They are the same. If you say that APC is going to lose the money, so who are they going to share the money with? Are we not seeing governors, ministers, and what have you, politicians decamping to APC? Are we not seeing them decamping to APC? So they are the same. They are the same. It is a waste of money to give loans to Nigeria under the autocratic regime of GMB, because there is no non-partisan NAS to checkmate how these loans are spent. The legislative arms which were meant for checks and balances are you too empty, and now too empty rubber stamp extension to be to the executive. There is no transparency in terms of accountability how these loans are spent. Nobody say don't ask question.